Good afternoon, everybody. I think it's Wednesday, July 10, 2024. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I just want to give you an update and I want to discuss personality types and the kinds of personality types that are being targeted because it's so rare. Okay, so this is the update. Yesterday, the side of my house was vandalized. After that, I decided to call the sheriff's department and file a complaint. The complaint that was filed was not only about that, but about the criminals that are detonating weapons on my driveway. Now, that's a serious matter. I would imagine that if any of my other neighbors called about terrorist threats on their property, there'd be a sheriff over there in a hot minute. Well, I'm still waiting. Nobody has come to take my report or photograph the evidence. Nobody has come to listen and watch the videos of the criminals detonating weapons on my property. No one. So, yesterday, I did contact the FBI, and they asked a lot of information. I went through their website, so actually it's typed. They can't distort what I'm saying because I physically typed it and then cut and pasted to myself. But they also ask, and this is really important, they also ask if you have reported it to law enforcement. And of course I checked off yes. And after you check off yes, they want to know where you reported it to. They want the address, the phone number, and if you received an incident number. Well, I didn't receive an incident number. Nobody gave me an incident number. Nobody's been here to photograph the evidence either. So then I reviewed more information on their website. In order for the FBI to perform an investigation, a lot of times they have to go through the Attorney General. Yeah. So I contacted the Attorney General. I left them a detailed voice message about how I had filed a complaint last year in 2023 and sent them a multitude of documents, and nobody has responded to me. And I even provided them the date of the certified letter that I sent as a follow-up. I haven't heard back from them yet either. So guess what, guys? They're all complicit. They're in violation not only of their oaths of office, but they're in violation of multitude of laws. Civil rights violations, felonies, etc. So anyway, this is actually an oil painting. It's a mini oil painting. I purchased it on eBay through an auction. It's a Maine Coon by Claudio. I love his paintings. Usually they sell for a lot of money, but every once in a while you put a bid on something and no one else is bidding, and then you can get it for a lower price. So that is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It kind of reminds me of my cat Cinnamon that they unalived when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, New Jersey. And for all the newcomers, welcome. We have 70 new newcomers in the last 30 days. Welcome. I don't know who you are, but my name is Lorraine. I lived in Manalapan, New Jersey, in a home for I was the original owner for 30 years. I became targeted there. And don't let anybody tell you that the police are not involved, because the Manalapan Police Department were involved. In fact, they were involved in falsifying incident reports. And then when I would actually a call and they would take the report from me and fake the reports, it never ended up in their police blotter. Everything ends up in the police blotter. Let's say somebody called and their cat was stuck up in a tree and the police came. That would be on the police blotter. If there was a traffic accident, that would be in the police blotter. If somebody left their garage door open, unlocked, and some item was stolen, that was reported, that would be in the police blotter. But all of my 20-something incident reports over 30 years were not in the police blotter. Or I should say, since 2012, none of my incidents were in the police blotter. And even though some of those incidences were me witnessing a crime, I guess they didn't want that in the police blotter either. I don't know. Maybe they deliberately set up these fake crimes for me to witness, knowing that I'm such a good stand-up citizen that I would report it. It couldn't be far from the truth, right? They're all complicit, and they're all going to get theirs in the end. And historically, if anybody approaches you about participating, historically what you can do is do not participate. Somebody knocks on your door and says, "We're performing an investigation on your neighbor." You can turn them away. You do not have to talk to them. You do not have to participate. And you certainly do not want to sign anything. You sign something, literally they can sue you. And they will. They can sue you for revealing that you're a participant. Because you're getting money under the table. You're not paying tax. These losers are not paying taxes. They're not paying taxes on the money they're being paid. No. But anyway, now this is an independent study. Just an independent study. And I will say back in maybe 2010, maybe before that, I joined an online forum called the Empath Group. And it turns out that so many of the people in the Empath Group, highly empathetic, had visionary dreams, kindness, rescue animals and all that stuff, but want to make the world a better place, were of a particular personality type, and that personality type was an INTJ and an INFJ. And then there's an INFP. So I've been asking around about this. I've been asking around, and let me just look for it in my search here, because I did a video on it, and I should have brought it up sooner. 1 second. So I wrote to a couple of people. About personality type. And a lot of people knew what their personality type was. So there are 3 rare personality types. One is, wait, I've got another thing open here. One is the INFJ. One is the INTJ. And one is the INFP. So, here we go. Now, I already did a video on the rarest personality type, which is the INFJ. Okay, and I'm going to post a link in the description section about that. And that was about 13 minutes long. So now, the next one is the INTJ. And the INTJ personality type is one of the 16 personality types identified by the Myers-Briggs, MBTI. And this is an overview of the INTJ. So the difference between the INTJ and the INFJ is the T is thinking and the F is feeling. Okay, so these are the acronym meanings for INTJ. Is I is for introversion. INTJs are energized by spending time alone or in small groups rather than in large settings. The N is for intuition. They focus on future possibilities and abstract concepts rather than immediate realities. T is for thinking. The INTJs prioritize logic and objective analysis when making decisions. And J for judging is they prefer structure, planning, and organization over spontaneity. So now the key characteristics of the INTJs are they are strategic thinkers. They are known for their strategic long-term planning abilities, and they enjoy analyzing complex systems and devising innovative solutions. They're independent. They value independence, autonomy, and preferring to work alone or in small, focused teams. They're confident. INTJs are confident in their abilities and judgments, which can sometimes be perceived as arrogance by others. They're analytical. They have a keen analytical mind which allows them to understand intricate problems and find efficient solutions. They're goal-oriented, so they are highly goal-oriented and driven, always looking to achieve their objectives efficiently. They're visionary. INTJs often have a clear vision of what they want to achieve and are determined to bring their ideas to fruition. The usual career paths for INTJs are roles in science, engineering, technology, management, and strategic planning, where they can leverage their analytical and strategic thinking skills. The prevalence in the U.S. population is the INTJs make up approximately 2 to 4% of the U.S. population. This makes them one of the less common personality types. Some of their strengths are they're innovative. INTJs excel at creating and implementing innovative ideas and strategies. They're decisive. They're logical and analytical, and their approach helps them make clear, rational decisions. They're self-confident. They have a strong sense of self-confidence. They're not easily swayed by others' opinions, so they're not cheap. They'll never be a gang stalker. They're determined. Their determination and focus enable them to achieve their long-term goals. Now, some of the challenges are they're interpersonally sensitive. INTJs may struggle with understanding and responding to others' emotional needs and can sometimes come off as insensitive. They're perfectionists. Their high standards can lead to perfectionism, which may cause stress and frustration when things don't go as planned. Stubbornness. Their confidence in their own judgments can sometimes make them resistant to considering alternative viewpoints. Social interaction. They may find social interactions draining and prefer to avoid small talk and superficial conversations. INTJs are known for their strategic vision, analytical prowess, and determination. Their ability to see the big picture and devise effective plans makes them valuable in many professional settings. While their strong-willed nature and high standards can present challenges, their unique strengths contribute significantly to their success and impact on their environments. So you can see why this small percentage of the population might be targeted. It could be that the powers that be, since they know your birth chart from birth, and they do, and they know astrology, and they know what your personality type is, perhaps there's a high percentage of individuals with an INTJ personality, and then the next one, and the one that I mentioned earlier, that they're going after. This is just, a theory, that there are certain personality types that are being specifically weeded out and targeted because they don't go along to get along, and they comprise a very small percentage of the population. Because they comprise a small percentage of the population, you can understand why intelligence agencies and other scientists, etc., might have an interest or a unique interest in the functions of the brain of those particular personality types. And I think I mentioned that when I was going through my divorce, my ex-husband's divorce lawyer had me personality typed. I kid you not. I mean, it was really disconcerting. And I felt at the time he was doing it because I had been out of the workplace. I was working at home and, going through the divorce. And he was trying to make it appear as if that I should be earning a lot more money than I do, working from home. And it actually backfired because I had started my own business. And he wanted to make it appear as if that I should go back to work full-time in New York City. So he was trying to make a claim or an argument that I should not be working for myself. And it totally backfired on him. So anyway, so that was that first personality type. Now I asked AI about this other personality type. Let me just write this down here 1 second. It's the INFP personality type, which is one of the 16 personality types identified by Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, the MBTI, and this is going to be the overview. But I just want to get this down here. Okay, so this next personality type, the acronym meaning is INFP. That's introversion, intuition, feeling, and perceiving. Okay, so INFPs are energized by spending time alone or in small groups rather than in large gatherings. They prefer to focus on future possibilities rather than immediate realities. The feeling portion, they prioritize personal values and the impact on others when making decisions. So that is empathic. So they prioritize personal values and the impact on others when making decisions. Now we know a lot of people that do not care about others when making decisions. Perceiving, they prefer to keep their options open and they're adaptable rather than sticking to a fixed plan. The key characteristics are they're idealistic, they have a strong sense of idealism and morality, they often strive to make the world a better place. They're empathetic. They're deeply empathetic and sensitive to others' feelings. They're good listeners and often provide emotional support to friends and family. They're creative. INFPs have a vivid imagination and are often drawn to creative pursuits like writing, art, and music. They're value-driven. They are guided by their own core values and principles and often seeking careers and activities that align with their personal beliefs. They're reserved. While they care deeply about others, INFPs can be reserved and may struggle with expressing their own emotions. They're open-minded. They're open to new ideas and experiences, and they appreciate the unique qualities in others. Now, some of their career paths, the common choices for INFPs include counseling, education, writing, art, social services where they can express their creativity and help others. So now the INFPs make up approximately 4 to 5% of the U.S. population, and this makes them relatively uncommon compared to other personality types. So some of their strengths are they're deeply caring, their empathy and compassion make them excellent friends and counselors. Creativity. The imaginative minds can bring unique perspectives and innovative solutions. They're integrous. They're often seen as trustworthy and sincere due to their strong moral compass. So you're not going to find these people as gang stalkers. You're not going to find them as community-based agents. They will not have an interest. Some of their challenges are conflict avoidance. INFPs may struggle with confrontation and tend to avoid conflicts, which can lead to unresolved issues. Overwhelm. Their deep emotions and idealism can sometimes lead to feelings of overwhelm or disappointment when reality doesn't match their ideals. Decision making. Their preference for keeping options open can sometimes make it difficult for them to make decisions and follow through with plans. INFPs are known for their depth of character, empathy, and creativity. Their unique perspective and dedication to their values can have a profound impact on those around them and on society as a whole. So the INFPs comprise 4 to 5% of the U.S. population. The INTJ comprises 2 to 4% of the population. And then INFJs, which I already did a video on, but I'll review a little bit here. INFJs make up approximately 1 to 2% of the US population. So it makes them one of the rarest personality types. So you could imagine that the deep state, the powers that be, the criminals, divorce lawyers are very interested in your personality type, right? And could you imagine who knows that you're part of this personality type and want to study it, want to change it, want to study the brain of individuals of this personality type, want to understand how did this personality form in childhood. So that INFJ personality type, the video that I did already, and I'll post the link below. The INFJ is introversion, intuition, feeling, judging. And INFJs are energized by spending time alone or in small groups rather than in large gatherings, just like the other two guys. Intuition, they focus on future possibilities and abstract concepts rather than immediate realities. INFJs prioritize personal values and the impact on others when making decisions. So they're very much like the INFP personality. They prefer structure, planning, and organization over spontaneity. Key characteristics is they're idealistic, they're empathetic, they're insightful, they're organized, they're private, they're visionary. They have a strong sense of idealism and a desire to make a positive impact on the world. Could you imagine the World Economic Forum, the powers that be, going after the people that want to make a positive impact on the world? Who would they choose? The 1 to 2% of the population, right? The INFJs. They're empathetic, they're deeply empathetic and have a strong ability to understand and connect with others' emotions. They're insightful. INFJs often have a keen insight into people and situations, and they're able to see underlying meanings and patterns. They're organized, they're well organized and value structure and planning in their lives. They're private. INFJs tend to be private and reserved, sharing their innermost thoughts and feelings with only a select few. Could you imagine the INFJs that are being surveilled by these criminals, using remote neural monitoring, invading their privacy and their brain and their innermost thoughts and feelings and dreams? These are crimes against humanity. They're visionary. They're often driven by a vision of how things could be improved and work tirelessly to bring that vision to life. This is the INFJ. The common choices for career of an INFJ include counseling, psychology, education, writing, social work, and other fields where they can help others and make a meaningful difference. INFJs make up approximately 1 to 2% of the total U.S. population. They are one of the rarest personality types. They're highly empathetic, connect deeply with others, make excellent listeners and counselors. They're creative, they're imaginative, allows them to think outside of the box and come up with innovative solutions. Could you imagine the criminals out there wanting to stalk an INFJ, one of the most private, rare personality types in the United States? They're determined, they're driven by their ideals and highly motivated to achieve their goals. Like when you file a lawsuit and you're driven to win, right? Altruism, they're often motivated by a desire to help others and make the world a better place. Some of the challenges is they're perfectionists. Their high ideals can lead to perfectionism and frustration when reality doesn't meet their expectations. Burnout, because they invest so much emotionally in their work and relationships that INFJs can be prone to burn out. They're overly private. Their reserved nature can make it difficult for others to get to know them, leading to feelings of isolation. Conflict avoidance. INFJs may struggle with confrontation and conflict, preferring to maintain harmony even at their own expense. Although I would venture to say that all of these personality types, as they age, come into their own and deal with all of the challenges presented for their personality type in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. So INFJs are known for their deeply Their deep empathy, vision, commitment to their ideals, their unique combination of intuition and feeling allows them to understand and inspire others, making them valuable contributors in many fields. Their rarity adds to their distinctiveness, and their strengths can have a profound impact on those around them. So those three personality types, the INFJ, the INTJ, which is like the counterpart, and the INFP are the three rarest personalities in the United States, and they are being highly targeted by the deep state, by the intelligence agencies, and by all these criminals around you, and by the devil, by the way, Satan, by the losers. So anyway, I look forward to questions and comments, and yes, they are all complicit. Because remember, their personality types are of the 40 to 50 to 60% of the population. So those are the sheep. Those are not people that are going to make a difference in the world. They won't think out of the box. These other three personality types cannot be coerced or bribed. They're the visionaries for the new world, and the new world will be theirs. So, please hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, get the message out there. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Welcome newcomers and welcome those back to my channel. And please hit the thumbs up. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Please leave a comment down below. Do you know what your personality type is? Have you been tested? And have you been in a relationship with any of these personality types? And what were your experiences like? Signing off for now.